We're just not doing enough damage, I don't think. And also run from the fight once he goes red. That's the intended way. Really? Oh. Well, that seems easier. That seems way easier. We'll just do that this time. Like, if that other boss is God, like he's Deus, is that the final boss? We can't be, right? We're not at the end yet, are we? I still can't do level 1 death blows on him for some reason. He has Death Blower 1 equipped, but it's not letting me use the level 1 death blows on in this fight. Like, it let me do it in the boss fight, but it won't let me use Citan's level 1 death blows in this fight for whatever reason. When I first had to load that save and I saw I was in that room, I thought I was gonna have to go back through the whole dungeon and do the puzzles and everything again. At least it's just the hammer fight. Because essentially it'll be the hammer fight and then just a lot of spamming X through cutscenes, right? Like, and we'll be right back at the Deus fight. Which, the Deus fight, once you know how it works, seems like it'll just be a gimme. It's not the last time you fight in the game, okay. But not the last boss. It's like, that makes sense because, like, okay, as much as like fighting God seems like it should be the last boss, there's still like plot threads that aren't done. So I did, you know what I mean? Like, certainly the story isn't complete. Maybe we kill God and then like deal with the Gazelle Ministry now that like their whole God plan is done with. I don't know. While I'm spamming X to the cutscenes, I might notice yet another thing in the opening cutscene now. Really? What about the ship? Or something? Because, I mean, we do get to see the ship again. Like, not sure what I would notice in the opening cutscene. Alright, let's do this fight again. Oh, booster first. So once he goes red, we can just run? That's the way this works, basically? Run away from the explosion? He always misses that first attack. He still can't use his level 1 death blows. What is going on with that? I swear he has Death Blower 1 equipped. Killing him gets you the trader card that gives 100% drop rate on super rare items. How many more enemies that you fight are gonna drop items at this point? Like, what do you need a drop rate item for? Is the Jesse cannon so strong that it might kill him? I don't understand why he can't do his level 1 death blows. He definitely has it equipped. That's weird. Last time I wouldn't let him use it anyways, and then I went and checked that it was equipped, and it was, and then after that he could use it. It's like the game doesn't realize it's equipped or something. Unless I go check on it. I don't know. It is what it is, you know? Someone said before that Titan was bugged, not being able to enter hyper mode or something. Maybe it's some other bug related to that. Maybe. Doesn't seem to be able to hurt the guy anymore. Defense down is annoying. Alright, he's down to red. Let's see what this does. It only costs 500 fuel. Okay, that's pretty strong. Like 8,000 damage. $12,000 plus. Titan's not going to be able to do much damage anymore, then I've used up his attack level. $16,000 or $17,000. Should we get out of here? Probably. I'm gonna go for it. I don't know how much damage you need to do to, like, defeat him. It's up to like 21,000. Hey! I think we beat him. There we go. All about that Jesse cannon. Level up. And the trader card. There you go. Easy mode. That's my bro. Far too strong, even for me. Just when I thought I finally got powerful enough to beat you, too. Hammer. Champ, promise me you'll go back to Nortune one day. You are the next in line to be the Kaiser. Yeah, we already read all this. Hammer disappeared into the chasm with a look of satisfaction. Yep. We cannot speed this up. Oh my god. There's so many, like, we have to go through the whole, like, him telling Ellie not to come, and him and Ellie, like, you know, getting together in her bedroom, and all those scenes. Ellie going back to Nissan and talking with Margie. Like, there's so many scenes, and I can't even, there's nothing I can do to make them go faster, guys. I'm sorry. This is an emulator, we'd have a fast forward button. We don't. How close are we to the end? If we beat Deus in just a second. Oh yeah, Cain has to die. How close are we gonna be to the end? It's absurd. You think you can neutralize my power? I don't want to read it all again. Man, I wish I had saved. I mean, it's nice that we actually got, like, we actually beat Hammer this time, at least. That's some improvement. So you have a few more bosses, some long cutscenes, and a final dungeon. Okay. There's another dungeon. He calls them Ramses instead of Ramses there. An optional but totally recommended dungeon. How do you even do an optional dungeon at this point? It's just like leading us by the nose, like, and putting us in places. You know what I mean? The cutscene, and you're in a dungeon, you know? There's an optional dungeon? That's kind of crazy. Man, this must be painful to speedrun this part when you're just like, all I can do is spam X and hope. You know, like, just tape the X button down and call it a speedrun. Nothing you can do here, you know? Maybe there's a way to skip the cutscenes. You can't even speed up the text. So, let's see. what can happen after you kill Deus? We kill God, and then what, right? I guess we get some more revelations. So theoretically, this God thing was on the ship before it crashed, I guess? Maybe? Maybe we'll find out. So many cutscenes. Hey, thanks for the raid, Uncivil Leech. The second day raiding. How was your stream today? You're playing Xenogears too, right? Yeah. I don't know, like, where you're at in the game. I remember you were playing Xenogears though. Alright, we're trying to speed through the text as much as I can. We got to the next boss fight and died. And I hadn't saved. So we're just trying to get back to the text again. You're way behind me. You just got through the tournament and the rescue mission. Don't want to spoil yourself. Yeah, you should leave then. Don't read any of this. I can't cover it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm covering myself instead of the text. It's not helpful. But thanks for the raid. I'm very late in the game. You can't come with me, Ellie. I liked Ellie. She was in my party most of the game when I had the chance to have her. It sucks that we kick her out, honestly. I mean, I guess it makes sense for their story, but can't even bring her in this next fight. In most RPGs, you don't typically lose a party member this late in the game unless they die, right? Like at this point, the party is like solid, you know? So that's actually somewhat abnormal to have a party member kicked out in the final hour of the game. No, I don't mean like literal hour. I mean like, you know, like the end of the game, the home stretch or whatever. Okay, so Theodoric says that there's an optional recommended dungeon, there's a few more bosses, some long cutscenes, and a final dungeon. I am curious what the final dungeon could be. Like, what's left to go to in the world? Maybe one more ancient ruin? I don't think anything could be more ancient than this ship that we're about to go on. But then, we don't really explore that. We don't have a dungeon for that one. Man, I wonder how long this game would have been if they'd actually made the whole game. You know? Like, if they hadn't shortened it, how long would this game have been? I feel like disc 2 would have been longer than disc 1 if it actually had all of the story moments, all of the dungeons, all of the bosses, all of the enemies that it would have had these not just been cutscenes. But I don't know. I think it definitely would have been closer to Xenoblade Chronicles length, you know, if not longer. There's so many things they haven't explained yet, though. Hopefully that's what those long cutscenes do. Really wish there was a way to speed this up, but we will definitely make sure to save this time. Because, I mean, I could totally see myself messing up this boss fight again. Just because it's like a weird kind of... It's not a normal boss fight. Like, if he had his health at like 40,000 theoretically, and then he dropped it to 20,000, then he dropped it to 10,000, then he drops it to 5,000, will he go below that? Because, like, I don't think any of my hits do 5,000. I've been thinking about it, and like, even when I'm like Faye in like id mode or whatever, I do like 4,000 something. So I don't know if I can do 5,000 in one hit. You know? I mean, it depends on his defense, I guess, right? So maybe if his defense is lower than Hammer's was, I could do 5,000. But maybe he'll drop it down to 2,500 and I won't have to worry about it. That's what I've been sitting here thinking about, like just planning for that boss, because that's all I can do. Kind of interesting that they would make this boss to where essentially you have to one-shot it, right? If you hit it and you don't kill it, it heals itself. So you have to like wait for your chance and one-shot it. That's an interesting boss. I don't think I've ever seen a boss like that in any other JRPG. I'm trying to think. Certainly not for a final boss. Usually final bosses are long drawn out things. Not, apparently this isn't the final boss, but like to be fighting God and have it be like just hit him once but at the right time, you know? That's an interesting choice for sure. Because usually this kind of fight, at this point in the game, will be this long, drawn-out, multi-phase thing. But I mean, I feel like they can't really do that anymore in this game. Like, it's... The fights aren't that complicated at any point in this game, really. Like, some fights have multiple phases, but it's like Hammer, right? He had his attack phase where he slowly morphed himself into a stronger and stronger gear. And then he had his self-destruct phase. So I mean, there are bosses with phases, but like, I don't know. I think the mechanics of the game don't entirely support many complicated strategies, you know what I mean? There's only so much you can do with the mechanics that are in this game. You have elemental spells, elemental attacks, physical attacks. Some heals. If you're in a gear, you have your fuel and your health, and you build up attack level and special attacks. I don't know. I don't think this game's really about the gameplay. I think it's about the story. So this time we're gonna make sure we save the game. That's our #1 priority right now, to never have to do all these cutscenes again. What is this? Is this a pendant? Oh, that's right, he gave her the pendant. I'm really looking forward to playing Xenosaga and seeing, because like when they made Xenosaga, they had just come off of making Xenogears not too long before that, right? And like it was the next entry in the series, and they knew they had to sort of like reboot basically because they've moved away from Square, but they still very much have it sort of in the same vein. So I'm wondering how many like things we'll see in Xenosaga that are going to be like, oh, that's that thing in Xenogears in this version. You know what I mean? I don't know how similar the stories are going to be. I know it's not a retelling of Xenogears. I know it's a whole different thing, but like at the same time, it's still a world sort of in the same universe, but not like in a very similar universe, I guess would be a better way to say. Like it's not I don't know the right way to say that, right? Like if theoretically Xenogears is episode 5 and we're doing episode 1, 2, and 3 of Xenosaga, then theoretically Xenosaga is a universe which could have led to Xenogears, I guess, even if it doesn't. So I'm just wondering like if we'll see things in Xenosaga that could possibly one day lead to something in Xenogears and be like, oh, maybe that's going to become this, you know, or something like that. I don't know how, because I know when Xenosaga was coming out and they were saying it was going to be, you know, 7 episodes long or whatever, and that Xenogears would be like episode, you know, 5 or whatever, that like there was the idea that Xenogears could eventually be retold as one of the episodes of Xenosaga, sort of. Or at least that was something I heard. I don't know how true that is. But, yeah. Also interested to see Cosmos and learn about Cosmos' story. As I know that Cosmos is a thing. I know she exists. I know of her, but I don't know anything about her other than she's like a robot girl and one of the main characters of Xenosaga, and she's on all the covers, and she's like the big, you know, the poster child of Xenosaga. And I know some of her after battle quotes because my roommate played it in college, and so I heard them a lot, especially the one where she says, what was it, like my appearance is down some percent or whatever, Shion, I need to be cleaned. I remember that one. I feel like she said that one a lot. I don't really know any of the other characters in Xenosaga other than Shion and Cosmos. I've been sitting here trying to think about it as we prepare. Like, I don't think I know any of the other party members in Xenosaga other than Shion and Cosmos. I think I might recognize some when I see them, because like I said, my roommate played it in college, so like I didn't watch him play it, but I was in the room when he played it, so I saw things. But then that's been forever ago. But I feel like if I see a party member, I might go, oh, I think that's a party member. You know, like I remember this person, but I don't remember them at the moment. I remember Shion and Cosmos. That's all I got. Things you couldn't do? Yes, things I couldn't do.